Hey guys, I'm Kelly. Today is my first video. I want to share with you about a breakup that I recently went through. And I want to talk about how it made me feel. I was with this man for about 3 years. I knew him from high school. He went to a rival school. He played football. He was good looking and charismatic and fun and a bad boy and was the guy that all the girls wanted, you know. And I had a huge crush on him, but I didn't tell him. And so in 2016, he and I made contact on Facebook and started talking. We talked for about 3 weeks before he decided to move with me. Well, I had gotten a settlement because I had sued a police department and I was traveling a little bit. And so he decides that he's going to move out to where I'm at, San Diego. Had a nice car, pretty convertible, blue. I called her Imogene. I was so proud of her and, you know, kept it clean and shiny. And then he came into my life. I sold that car yesterday for $250. I have no title. I have no insurance. The battery's bad. The tire's bad. And he wouldn't help me. He wouldn't get a job. This is his 3rd job in a year. He got fired from one job for theft. I mean, I knew this man. I knew him from high school. He was so good looking. When he come to town, I just wanted to look at him. But I never said anything about my crush. And so then when he came out to see me and stay with me, it was kind of permanent. We were kind of together. And we were together 24/7. He had a horrible temper. We fought everywhere we went. Anytime I wanted to leave the room, he would pick a fight and make it impossible for me to function because I have anxiety and I pick up on people. You know, I get their game before they're, at me, but this one I didn't catch. And so I've spent the last 3 years with this man, and things happened. Like, he acted like he was going to wreck my car. And when we were going 100 miles an hour, he said he was going to throw away all my stuff, which I've lost 2 or 3 storage buildings now of stuff that I built up to get a place. And then he wouldn't help me, so I struggled to pay stuff by myself. And I ended up losing everything. Got to where I just didn't care about that stuff. And so there was one incident back in May of this year that really made me decide that I didn't want to be with him anymore. Sorry. We were fighting as usual. And I got up to go to the bathroom and I could feel his presence coming behind me. And the faster I'd move, the faster he moved. And I ran out the hotel room, down the hallway, down the stairs, across the parking lot to the hotel clerk, which stopped it. I went and hid out in the desert for about 4 hours because I was so afraid of what he was going to do to me. And I tried to tell him that I was afraid of him. And he cried a little bit and said that he was turning into his dad. Well, don't turn into your dad. Be a good person. And he said he loved me and I took care of him. I spent 4 hours working on his resume and all of his qualifications for him to go back and get an oil field job, and he settles for a job at a convenience store. He didn't maintain my car. My car got wrecked. He ended up getting traffic tickets. Oh, I'm sorry. And he was telling me about how he owed child support. But he didn't do that until after a year of us being together, us fighting, and I couldn't understand why he wouldn't get a job. And he even got a pretend job working at an auto auction. And I really thought he was working. He'd go up in there and he'd call me. He'd say, "Hey, baby, do you see me? Here I am." And then he'd go sit in the car for those 3 days. And then when it came time for the paycheck that wasn't never going to be issued, he lied about it and said the man that wasn't going to pay. He finally came clean, but it was too late. That the damage was already done. We've been through so much. And it was just like sometimes we get in a fight and he'd rip his clothes off. And he threatened to throw all my stuff out into the dumpster and to let my pets go. And I love my animals. I have a cat and dog. And they're the only things that I had in my life. He caused me to isolate myself. And I was so depressed and I hadn't been able to think clearly. It's affected my health. I think my hair fell out. A lot going on. But even though it was only verbal, I was afraid. And I've been through so much with him in the 2.5 years that we've been together. Oh, there was an incident. You're going to love this. We went to Kmart one day, and there was a kid outside the store that spoke to me and wanted to pet my dog. And it wasn't a big deal for me, so, I let the kid go ahead and do it, and we get inside the store, and he gets all puffed up. Somebody spoke to me, somebody's talked to me. He's, really jealous and acting weird, and we're starting to argue in the store, and so I'm, trying to walk off, and he slid my keys to me, and he took off out the door. He was going to walk back to the hotel, 2 miles. Good idea. And he says he doesn't do drugs, but, it's kind of irrational behavior. Maybe he's just crazy, but anyway, so I got in the car and I just left. Well, he calls me. He's like, "Come pick me up." I said, "No, you said that you were going to walk to the hotel, so you can walk to the hotel." So I pulled over, and as he's approaching the car, he starts getting irate and starts to flip out again. And so what I did was I drove off. I let him walk almost the 2 miles before he finally stopped screaming at me, and I would let him get in the car. He blew out his flip-flop. It was 150 degrees outside. It's out in the desert, and just ridiculous. Cop had circled around a couple of times. I think that, he almost caused some drama there. I've never been in trouble for anything. I'm ex-law enforcement. I really didn't believe that something like this could happen to me, but it did. Got where he controlled every aspect of my life. He possessed me. He stood over me and he screamed. Most days I just felt so alone. We slept in separate beds because I don't know why, because I couldn't stand him after a while, I guess, and he made me cry all the time. Well, here a few days ago, I've had limited contact from him from September 16th to now. I left him. We had met some people, and they let us come stay with them to move out of the hotel and to help us. Well, he starts stabbing me in the back and talking to these people, and they're all ganging up on me and almost locked me out of the house and tried to kick me out of the house after I had paid, some money to stay there. But that's okay. I decided that it just wasn't worth it, and I packed up my little bags and had someone come pick me up and take me to a hotel. I sold my car, so I have a way to pay for a little housing. But here in a couple weeks, I'm not going to have a place to go and not sure what I'm going to do. But I will tell you this. Being alone and struggling, it's worth it. It's worth it to be free of all the meanness and the hate and the negativity and the screaming and embarrassment and making a spectacle of yourself in public. I'm going to be okay. I mean, I did a pro and con list to see where I was at with you. You called me a few days ago. I texted you a few days ago. No contact. And then all of a sudden yesterday you want to call and tell me you love me and you want to come back to me. But you never said things were going to be different. You never said that you were going to treat me better. You never apologized for all of the bad things that you did to me. And so therefore I've made a decision. I don't want you in my life. I don't want to know you. I want to just be left alone and have peace and figure out my life. I'm going to get a job, and I'm going to get an apartment, and I'm going to get a car, and I'm going to get stuff, all the stuff back that I lost, and I'm going to be happy again. I'm already happy. You heard it in my voice yesterday. And then you disappear on me after you've told me you love me and suckered me into it, and I start thinking about you and wanting to see you, and then I realize it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Despite you, I'm going to survive. You're not going to sabotage my life. I'm not going to answer your calls anymore. I don't want to know how you're doing. I really don't care. I just want my life peaceful and better. I'm all used up. I've lost everything. And I'm here to tell you, I'm going to survive this. You were an intimidator, and you said you didn't want to kiss me, and you didn't want to talk to me. And why were you with me? You know? I already have depression, but you gave me more depression and constant stress and crying and isolation and no friends, and you controlled and possessed me, and you were mean, and I had panic attacks. It nearly killed me. I don't want to live like that anymore. I'm not going to live like that anymore. I deserve respect. I deserve peace. I deserve a good life. And I'm going to have it without you. If you're watching this, please understand. Please don't contact me anymore. Not even one more time. Because I'm not going to fall for your little lies and things that you do. I'm not going to be hurt by you anymore. I'm finally happy. I wish you all the best of luck. I hope that you find whatever you're looking for and you move on to find another victim, and it's not me. Have a good life, sir.